Hello, I'm Jerry Vort, the beer review guy. I've got a request from Jonathan at Pieinthesky, aka Pits. I abbreviate the name of their channel, P-I-T-S. I just say Pits sometimes. But Jonathan, hey, he's been watching my channel for a long time, probably close to the beginning. So he says, can you review the Boulevard Brewing Company's Tank 7, unless you've already done it? And I was like, it sounds familiar. And I looked up on my channel, and this was like one of the first ones I done. Probably my first year. It's been like 8 years or something like that. Maybe more than that since I've done this. So have never done it again since then. So this is a cool revisit after 8 years. So that's an American Saison ale. So this review was brought to you easily by Ty at Burton's Liquor. He's the beer manager there. And I asked him if he would be able to, asked him if they had this first, and he says, yeah, we do. So he had a 6-pack of it. I said, can you possibly break it down to single? He says, yeah. Just like that, broke it down for me, gave me, and put it in a single for me for $2.99. That was nice of him to do that for me. These are 8.5% ABV, 45 IBUs, American Saison. So, I'm going to use my Stella Artois glass for it. It's been so long I can't remember what it was like, so this would be fun. And plus, it was back in the times when I wasn't at all experienced in reviewing beers. I'm a little bit more experienced, but yeah, I don't know if there was a but in there or not. I'm a little more experienced. A Saison. It doesn't look like it'd be a Saison in this brown bottle, but it looks like a Saison. Wow. I don't know if I've had a Saison that's 8 point, well, I don't remember this being 8.5 back in them days, back in, yeah, 2016 area. That's a pretty high ABV for a Saison. Well, it's got a nice amber color to it, deep amber, not goldish, amberish color. It's got a 3-finger head right now. I didn't pour it very aggressive for it to create that big of a head. The head is a nice white, soapy kind of appearance to it. Looks good. What I have going on so far is just a little citrus. Man, that smells good. A nice, sweet, juicy smell to it, aroma. Some hops. Man, that smells good. Smells just so good. I don't remember Saison smell. Yeah, this does have that Saison aroma to it, but it's kind of a fancy Saison aroma. They're sending me a notification from my appointment next week. Not looking forward to that. The dentist is going to see me, and I had my teeth cleaned last week. First time I'd ever had that done, and didn't really enjoy that experience. So now they're just going to look. Now my dentist is just going to look them over now. And see. I wanted to get it all in here before I start. I don't know if Saisons have much of a sediment in the bottom. You never know. Boy, that head. That's pretty much all. Tank 7, American Saison. Looks nice in this glass, doesn't it? The picture, this looks like the same bottle art they had back then. I don't know how long it's going to take that head to go down. I'm going to have to begin. It's like the suds you would get off of like a root beer float or something. It doesn't taste like a root beer float, but okay, let's see if I can get past it so y'all can hear about this. Wow, that's really good. You get sweet up front, a little of them IBUs on the back end, some hops, the hops they're using, even though I got a little bit of a citrusness on the beginning, on the aroma, I don't think they're using the Citra hops, because it doesn't like have that huge, like a citrus taste. Excuse me, but this Saison is kind of a little bit like an IPA, excuse me, or a pale ale, a little bit similar. It's pretty smooth. Them 8.5 ABV is not like really showing through. This is Friday, by the way. I'll tell you all after I do the review what me and the wife and the son are gonna do tomorrow. My arm's baking in the sun. Light carbonation, medium body on it. It's what was I gonna say? Just went away. Had the thought, snap of the finger, gone. What does that mean? 45 IBUs. Yeah, that's probably about right. You get the bitterness on the back end, on the aftertaste. Man, that's really flavorful. I bet I liked this 8 years ago too. I was still getting used to IPAs, the IBUs that they have in them. I was still getting used to them. Sometimes the IBUs were really strong, and I wasn't used to that in that bitterness. So it took me a little bit to get used to those. This here being a little more mild on the IBUs, I probably really like this one. That's what I was going to say. Juiciness. I had that aroma kind of put off. Like, I don't say that description very often, juicy. But every once in a while, I get that effect from a beer. Has that juiciness to them. And this has a little bit of that. Very nice drinkability. It's smooth. It's got a slight refreshment kind of a thing going on. Even though it's got a little bit of bitterness and it's got a medium body. You know, the lighter body ones, the American Adjunct Lager type things, they're more refreshing because they're just mild on characteristics, and you can drink them cold, and that can be more refreshing that way. But this one here, it has a slight kind of refreshing kind of a thing to it. Just a really good beer. What would I rate it? I wasn't rating, I don't think, back in them days. I don't think I come up with the rating system back then. I was doing a 1 to 5 for a while, and then I went to 1 to 10. 1 to 10, 10 plus if it's like really, really good. So this one here, it could be possibly one of the better Saisons that I've had in the past. I'm going to say it's 10 plus. Okay, well there you go. There you go, Jonathan. I can't remember what Jonathan said about this, if it was like one of his favorites or for him to bring it up. I assume he drinks this one fairly regularly. But yeah, this is a nice one. I appreciate you requesting this so that I could have a reason to look for it and try it again. Sometimes I don't notice what's out there a lot of times, and my eyes kind of pass over stuff in the freezers and on the shelves because I'm looking for particular things a lot of times, and I don't even think about like just seeing just out of the clear blue if I'd reviewed it before, because sometimes I just forget. Tank 7 looked familiar to me, but I just didn't bother on seeing if I'd reviewed it before. Somebody requests it, it gives me a reason to look for it. I look and see if I reviewed it for once, and for one thing, and then find that it's been 8 to 10 years since I've reviewed it. So yeah, it gives me a reason to look for it and try it again. So thanks for that. Okay, well, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to end the review here. You notice that there was still more minutes when I said, well, I'm going to end it here, so you know that I'm not actually ending it here. I'm just saying I'm going to end the review here. So I'm going to hang in there for just a few minutes longer. Just tell you something while I drink this. Good stuff. Yeah, tomorrow my wife and son and I are going to go to a place called the Peach Barn. It's in Porter, Oklahoma. It's about a 45-minute drive from where I live here in Tulsa. Never been there, but it's a kind of a popular place in Oklahoma. They have everything peaches, you know, peaches, stuff made of peaches, merchandise. Excuse me. I think they got peach candy. They probably got peach drinks. All kinds of that kind of stuff. I'm going to try. My wife doesn't always like for me to bring my channel in on little trips like this. She wants me to kind of separate things from the channel a little bit. So I don't know. I might try to get a video of just the surroundings in there so you guys can see it, see what it looks like. Those of you that live in Oklahoma have probably already been there before. But I'm going to try to pan a little bit of how the place looks and stuff, and give you guys an idea. I'm going to try to look for stuff to review too. My wife knows that I'm going to do that, so sounds like there's a predator in the tree back there. Leaves and stuff are falling out of it. Probably squirrel up there squirreling around. Yeah, I'm gonna be looking for stuff to review there. And I think I asked my wife. We tried to plan on doing this last week, and Jeremy had plans of his own, so he wasn't gonna be able to go with us, but he wanted us to wait for him. I think I asked my wife if she's cool with me if I happen to see a liquor store up that way, if I could stop in there and take a look around. Sometimes liquor stores have different stuff, right? I guess so. But the chances that there's a liquor store on the trip there is probably slim to none. So I'm gonna be keeping an eye out for it. But I don't get to we don't travel very much anymore these days. My sister-in-law that passed away about 3 or 4 years ago, around the time when COVID was out, just hit. Her son that lives here now, excuse my ear itching, he lived in Ohio, and we would go out there to see him, and we'd take her car and we'd all go out there to see him, and a lot of times it was to help him move, and we'd just hang out there and have fun, you know. But we was traveling more back then, traveling back and forth to there to here, but we don't travel anymore. So for us to go almost an hour trip into Porter, I haven't been there for a long time. When we were there, we weren't there for the Peach Barn, so anyway, I'm going to try to get a video of it for you guys to see, and I'm going to try to get some stuff to review, and maybe hit a liquor store if I see it. So something different. And Sunday, I don't know, my wife and Jeremy were talking about antique stores and stuff like that, walking down in downtown Jinx. Those of you that live in Tulsa or Jinx or Oklahoma in general, Jinx, downtown Jinx is kind of popular, famous for antique stores. There's not as many as there used to be, but there was a little village stores, kind of like all the way down this big stretch in downtown, and there's antique stores one after the other. It's pretty cool. But yeah, they've dissipated out a lot of the stores, so it's not as plentiful as they used to be. So I got a few other beers today. 2 of them, well, 3 of them was recommendations by Ty there at Burton's Liquor. Had 3 of them, no, 3? Yeah, 3. Had them in my basket, carrying basket, and he comes up, he says, I'm gonna grab that one. He took one of them out, he says, that date's too old, it's not gonna be fresh for you. So he took it away. So, but he didn't bring one back. I thought he was gonna bring one back that was fresh, and he didn't. I don't know. I don't know what he was thinking about, but he's a good guy. He's very helpful. He's willing to research stuff that I want, stuff I'm looking for, he researched St. Ides malt liquor for me and found out that the actual St. Ides malt liquor has been discontinued, but they have a new St. Ides out that has cannabis in it. Unfortunately, I can't review those on my channel. And they also have some flavored ones, flavored St. Ides. I don't know whether to ask him if he could get those or not. I'm bummed out that they don't have the regular one anymore. That's pretty sad that they took that away, because that was my favorite malt liquor that I ever came across. He said that they discontinued it in 1998, and I found that St. Ides one in 2016. So what is that, 23 years? Well, I don't know if I did the math right. That beer had to be old for me to find one that would have been discontinued since 1998. But it was the only one I'd ever seen. It was in a hole in the wall in North Tulsa. That was the only store I'd ever seen it in there. There was one in there. I was like, that's cool, because I was into reviewing all kinds of malt liquors, and I'd never seen that one before, and I was like, I'm gonna grab that. Sounds interesting. Never seen it in any other store. I was looking for it. Found one here. Why don't the other stores have them? But at least I got to review it. This is when I lived at my other house, like 5 or 6 years ago, and it was very small. And I kept some of my bottles for a while, but I just didn't have the room to keep them. And I got rid of that St. Ides malt liquor bottle, and that just makes me sick. I wish so much that I had that bottle now. I'm gonna have to look on eBay or something and see if I can find a St. Ides malt liquor bottle for sale. Wayne at Bucks County Reviews sent me a Red Dog can. That was very nice of him to send me one of those, because Red Dog was one of my favorites back in the day, and they discontinued that one from, I think it was like Plank Road Brewing Company or something like that. But yeah, and it was the same thing. That was back before I was doing reviews, back in the late 90s. And I didn't keep one of those cans. Didn't even think about it. Didn't know it was going to go away. But yeah, he sent me one. So I have one of those in my collection. But anyway, where was I going with this? Oh, Sunday we might go to some antique stores. I don't know. Well, we're going to see. What do I like to look for at antique stores? Well, I like to look for Hot Wheel cases to put Hot Wheels in, because I collect Hot Wheels or die-cast metal cars. I think 1/64 scale. I think that's right. You know, Hot Wheels. And I have a pretty good amount of them. But I also look for old Hot Wheels too. Old Hot Wheels are very hard to come by. I think I told a story about my neighbor back here, Dustin, his younger brother. Both his younger brothers went to, I don't know if it was an estate sale or what, but they got a whole bunch of old Hot Wheels. and they put them in airplane stripper or something like that. A bucket of airplane stripper. They took them all out. They were still in the bubble packs, and they took them all out of there and put them in that airplane stripper to eat off all the paint of them, and they're gonna repaint them and play a game with them or something. And as he's telling me the story, I'm feeling nauseous. Excuse me, because if these are if these are like Hot Wheels, Johnny Lightnings or whatever from the 70s, and they're still in the bubble packs, those things, I told Dustin, I said, oh my God, those had to be worth a lot of money to be mint condition in the bubble pack still. And them boys just tore them out of them and threw them in stripper. Ah, man, he as he was telling me a story, it was making me sick. That would be like a dream come true for me to find something like that. Now, I don't know how much some boys paid for those things. I wouldn't be able to pay like a whole lot, but I've been collecting die-cast cars since the 70s. My younger brother that passed away in 2014, he collected with me too. So it's a sentimental collection too. But yeah, so I'm always looking for Hot Wheels. I'm still collecting them, not as aggressively as I used to, but my older brother passed away from prostate cancer just a few years ago. He collected them as well, collected them with me, and he was into them. He liked GTOs, but he used to go with me looking for them. My youngest brother passed away, like I said. He used to go with me some places to go look for them too, and have a couple nephews that does collect them. Probably not aggressively collecting them anymore, like me. But yeah, I got it started when I got my younger brother on it, and then I got my older brother on it, and I got my nephews collecting them, and so I just started a whole big thing. But but anyway, yeah, I got some track too. My younger brother, we used to get them all. We set up the track, get them. I wouldn't pick my really good ones, my really nice ones. Just some of my beat up ones, and we play a game on them, run them down the track. And they'd kind of get like a they'd come off of into the track, and we'd see how far they would go till they'd stop, and then we'd mark it and see which one's rolling the farthest, stuff like that. And sometimes you'd have a traffic jam on them, and then we'd get the sharp-nosed ones and then send it down, calling it, what, bug just fell off my eyelash. Calling the sharp-nosed ones the nail, right? They come up underneath it a little bit, then we'd get one that's heavy and send it down, and it'd hit that one and just shoot a bunch of them off. Those are the beat up ones that we mess with like that. But but anyway, that's the stuff we did when we were kids. But anyway, yeah, Burton's Liquor here in Tulsa has become my go-to place. I've met Sam. She's a young lady that works there. Ty, he's the beer manager, and then David, I don't know what he is. He may be a manager too. He's mostly at the register, but Ty and Sam, they're more stocking the stuff too. But they're great people. Have a nice store. They have a nice selection there. And Ty, 2 times in a row now, has given me given me a can of beer that was like a sample from one of the breweries. They give them to them free, so he gave me one today for free, so that was really nice of him. And he's offering to break up 6-packs for me, to make a pick 6 of stuff that I like. So that's really nice, and something I don't really hear very much at all. So, pretty cool people. And Sam, I don't know if you guys saw my mezcal review. She brought me some of hers that she had at her house because I was wanting to try it. She brought me a little sample bottle of it, of hers, and I took pictures of the bottle of what she had, but it was, she just got one off the shelf and said, this is what it is, and I took a picture of the front and the back. So I know exactly what it is and talk about it a little bit. And so she gave me an opportunity to try some without having to buy a bottle of it. I'm glad she did because I didn't like it. Tastes like vodka and gin or something like that. A little bit too much astringency for me. But it was an interesting taste. It had a smoky taste. It was interesting, but it's just not one of my kind of go-to liquors. But now I can say, yeah, I've tried mezcal. Peloton, I think it was. But yeah, I just thought it's Friday. I just have a little chat fest with you guys on Jonathan's review. Here's what we reviewed. The bottle's hot. It's been sitting in the sun. A big revisit from 8 years ago. Very good beer. Drank it all. All gone. But yeah, so you guys, I did an unboxing of Fresh Roasted Coffee LLC. Kate Harner sent me a nice variety of stuff and some and I still can't remember that word. It's like merchandise, but it's something else. I hope that it would come naturally to my tongue, but I still can't remember what it is. Anyway, some nice mugs and stuff in there, stickers and coasters. Very nice of her to do that. And she contacted me. That's very rare for people to contact me, especially a beer reviewer. A coffee company contacts a beer reviewer because he's done some coffee reviews. If he'd like to review some of their coffee, shoot, yeah, I'll review it. I have a big percentage of coffee reviews on my channel, and over the years I've grown to have a very large appreciation for coffees, different coffees. So yep, got some coffee reviews coming, and whole beans. So there's going to be some grinding reviews too. Those of you that are familiar with my coffee reviews know that I do separate grinding and then tasting. The grinding reviews are separate videos from the tasting. Okay, well, I'm going to end it here. My wife's off getting her eyes checked and getting her new glasses after so many years. It's been like 6 or more years that she's not had her eyes checked and new glasses. The one she has on right now broke. The arms, one of the arms broke, and we had to fix it. And her eyes have gotten really bad since then. So I'm really, really happy for her that she's getting her eyes checked and new glasses today, because she deserves it. She doesn't get much for herself. So there you go. Am I done? That's what you guys are asking. Excuse me. All right. Yeah, I'm going to end it here. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate it. Thank you to Jonathan at Pieinthesky for requesting this. So I got to try this again, so that's fun. See y'all in the next one. Have a good weekend. Bye.